All right, get ready to dive into a world where data becomes art. Today, we're exploring Snowflake and generative AI, and I'm so excited to be talking about this with you.
I can see why. This is some seriously cutting-edge stuff we're diving into.
So, we've got some really fascinating research on how these two are working together. But first, for anyone who's maybe not familiar with Snowflake,
Right.
can you give us a quick explanation?
Yeah, absolutely. So Snowflake is a cloud data platform. It's basically, a super organized way to manage all your data.
So it's like the foundation for all sorts of cool applications, especially ones using AI.
Exactly. It's a really powerful tool.
Okay, perfect. So that brings us to generative AI. This isn't just your average number crunching AI. It can actually create things like text, music, even code, right?
Yeah, that's the amazing thing about it. It's not just analyzing data, it's actually creating.
I mean, is that even possible? It sounds like science fiction.
It's happening right now. And a lot of it is thanks to what we call large language models, LLMs, yep. They're basically super complex algorithms trained on tons of data, like
hmm
entire libraries of text and code.
So they're like students who just absorbed all this information and can now create their own masterpieces.
It's kind of like that, yeah.
That's wild. So GPT-3, GPT-4, those are LLMs, right? The ones I keep hearing about.
Yeah, you got it. Those are some of the big names in the LLM world right now. They're so good at understanding human language, like you'd have trouble telling their writing from a human's.
That is seriously mind-blowing. But
Uh,
where does Snowflake fit into all of this?
so training and running these LLMs, it takes a lot of power, a lot of flexibility, and that's where Snowflake's architecture really shines.
What's so special about its architecture?
Well, think of it like this. Most systems, they treat computing and storage like a package deal. But Snowflake, it separates them.
So it's like having a custom-built playground for these AI artists to run wild and create without limits.
Precisely. And it gets even better. Snowflake is so user-friendly. You don't have to be like a coding expert. Anyone with some basic data skills can work with it.
So it's making AI more accessible to a wider audience, not just for the tech giants anymore.
That's exactly right. And the research you sent over, full of examples of companies all sizes doing incredible things with Snowflake and generative AI.
Okay, well, I'm ready for some real-world magic. What kind of stuff are we talking about?
Okay, so one that really stood out to me, it was in e-commerce. A company, they were really struggling to write good product descriptions.
Ugh, that sounds like a nightmare.
It was, and it was taking forever, so they thought, hey, why not use AI for this?
Makes sense to me.
So they trained an AI model using their existing descriptions and customer reviews. And get this, the AI started creating these amazing descriptions, accurate, engaging, and get this, tailored to specific customer preferences.
Wow, so instead of a generic description, I'm getting one that's written just for me based on, like, what I like.
Exactly. And it worked. Their conversion rates went up by 30%.
AI that actually makes people buy more. That's incredible.
Yeah.
What other industries are seeing this kind of impact?
Let's move on to retail marketing, a field that's always on the cutting edge. There was this one retail chain. They had all this customer data, but they just didn't know how to use it to make their marketing better.
Classic data overload problem.
Yeah, exactly. They were just sending out generic email blasts that nobody was opening.
Uh,
So they decided to partner with a company, one specializing in AI marketing. They used Snowflake to organize their customer data, make it secure.
so they got their data house in order, and then, boom, they unleashed the AI.
Right. The AI looked at the data, figured out different customer groups, and then started writing personalized email campaigns for each group.
So instead of one message for everyone, they were now having conversations with their customers.
Yep, that's the idea. And it worked. Their open rates jumped by 50%, click-through rates doubled.
Okay, that's insane. The AI is basically playing matchmaker between products and people.
That's a great way to put it.
What other industries are getting in on this?
Okay, one that really impressed me, automotive manufacturing. There's this car company, a leading one. They were designing a new electric vehicle, and they wanted to make it as efficient and safe as possible.
Makes sense.
So what they did was incredible. They used generative AI and fed it a bunch of data, existing car designs, specs, performance stuff.
So they basically gave the AI all the knowledge it needed to design a car.
Pretty much. They set some parameters
Yeah.
and then let the AI go crazy, exploring all these different design possibilities.
So the AI was like brainstorming and sketching new car designs based on what it had learned. What
Exactly.
kind of results did they see?
The AI came up with designs that were better than anything the human engineers had come up with.
No way.
Yeah. The AI designs, they made the car more aerodynamic, which means it could go farther on a single charge. They also made the car lighter, which again helps with efficiency.
So better design, lighter weight, and longer range. That's amazing. The engineers must have been blown away.
They were. And get this, the AI even found potential weaknesses in some of the original designs and suggested improvements to make the car safer.
Wow. So the AI wasn't just creative, it was practical too. I'm starting to see why Snowflake and generative AI are such a big deal.
And we've barely scratched the surface.
Mm-hmm.
The tons of other examples in healthcare, finance, entertainment. It's really changing everything.
All right, well, we need to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll dive into even more amazing applications, like how Snowflake and generative AI are enhancing customer support and revolutionizing drug discovery. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Those real-world examples, wow. AI writing product descriptions and designing cars. It's incredible.
And we're just getting warmed up. Remember that telecommunications company?
Hmm.
The one using AI for customer support.
Oh, yeah, that one was interesting. Waiting on hold forever just to get a simple question answered.
Yep.
We've all been there.
It's the worst. But this company, they decided to do something about it. They created an AI-powered chatbot, put it right on their website and their app so customers can get help anytime.
Yep. So no more waiting for a human. You just chat with the AI. Was it any good, though? Or was it just like a basic FAQ bot?
Oh, no, this was way more advanced than that. They trained it on like a massive amount of data, past chats, emails, even voice recordings. So it really understood how people talk.
So it could understand if I was getting frustrated. That's kind of creepy, but also kind of cool.
Well, the idea is to make it a good experience for the customer, make it feel personalized, empathetic. The AI could answer basic questions, troubleshoot some tech issues, even pass you on to a human if it needed to.
So it was like the first line of defense, handling the easy stuff. Did it actually work,
Oh,
though?
it was a huge success. They saw like a 70% reduction in cases that needed a human. Think about how much money they saved, how much more efficient it made things.
That's huge. And what about the customers, though? Were they happy talking to a robot?
Their satisfaction scores went way up, like 40%. People loved getting instant help, and the AI was friendly and helpful.
Wow, it seems like AI isn't just about replacing humans, it's about making things better for everyone. Any other examples of that?
Definitely. There was one in healthcare, drug discovery.
Oh, wow, that's a big one. Any progress there can really change lives. What was the AI doing there?
So developing new drugs, it's a really long and expensive process. Takes years, sometimes billions of dollars.
Yeah.
But there was this pharmaceutical company. They wanted to see if AI could speed things up.
So they were really taking a chance. What did they do?
They built this massive data lakehouse with Snowflake. They put all sorts of information in there, research papers, clinical trial data, molecular structures, even genetic information.
So they created this one-stop shop for all things drug discovery.
Exactly. And then they let loose a generative AI model on all that data. The AI's job was to find promising new drugs, figure out how effective they'd be, even predict side effects.
So it was like a super-powered research assistant. Did it find anything?
It was amazing. It found several potential drug candidates that human researchers had missed. It even helped make existing drugs better, more effective, fewer side effects.
That's incredible. So it's not just creating new drugs, it's improving the ones we already have. Did it speed things up?
They think it shaved years off their research and development process. That means life-saving treatments could reach people much faster.
Wow, that's truly revolutionary. It feels like the possibilities with AI are endless.
They really are. And as these AI models get smarter and we get more data, who knows what we'll be able to do?
It's exciting, but also a bit scary, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's why we need to talk about the ethics of AI, make sure we're using these powerful tools responsibly, for the good of everyone.
That's a good point. We've talked about all the amazing things AI can do, but what about the future? What's next for Snowflake and generative AI?
Well, one of the most interesting things I'm seeing is this rise of multimodal AI.
Multimodal AI, that sounds interesting. What is that?
So traditionally, AI models were trained on one type of data, like text, images, or sound. But with multimodal AI, the idea is to combine all that stuff, let the AI understand the world in a much richer way.
So instead of just reading text, the AI will be able to look at pictures, listen to sounds, all at the same time.
Exactly. Imagine, an AI diagnosing a patient. It could look at their scans, blood test results, genetic info, even their lifestyle, all at once.
Wow, that's incredible. It's like having a whole team of doctors inside one AI.
That's the idea. Multimodal AI could revolutionize so many fields. Healthcare, education, even entertainment. Imagine learning that adapts to your style, using visuals, audio, interactive stuff.
That sounds amazing. Learning could be so much more engaging and effective. What other trends are out there?
Another one that's getting a lot of attention is federated learning. This one is all about data privacy, which is a big concern these days.
Yeah, for sure. How does federated learning help with that?
So instead of collecting all the data in one place, federated learning lets AI models be trained on data that stays on people's devices, their phone, their laptop, whatever.
So the AI is learning from data all over the place without actually seeing the raw data.
Yep, that's the key. It opens up a lot of possibilities, especially in areas like healthcare, where privacy is so important. Imagine training an AI model on medical data from millions of people, but that data never leaves their devices.
That would be a game changer for research. It seems like federated learning could really speed up progress while keeping people's information safe. What else is on the horizon?
Well, we can't talk about the future of AI without mentioning quantum computing.
Quantum computing, yeah. That's one of those things I hear about but still don't really get. How does it relate to AI?
Quantum computers, they use quantum mechanics to do calculations way faster than regular computers. Like they can solve problems that would take normal computers billions of years, maybe even longer.
So they're like super brains that can process information incredibly fast.
Exactly. Now imagine training an AI model on a data set so huge, it would take a normal computer years to handle it. A quantum computer could do it in hours, maybe
It's
minutes.
crazy. So quantum computing could make AI even more powerful and help us develop even more advanced models.
That's the idea. And it could lead to breakthroughs in all sorts of fields: medicine, material science, finance. The possibilities are endless.
It sounds like we're on the verge of a whole new technological revolution.
It really does feel that way. But we have to remember, with all this power comes responsibility. We need to think about the ethical implications, make sure we're using AI for good.
That's so important. It's not just about building the most powerful AI, it's about building AI we can trust.
Absolutely. We need to make sure these systems are fair, unbiased, and that they're used to benefit everyone.
So it's not just up to the people building AI, it's a conversation we all need to be part of.
Exactly. Researchers, developers, policymakers, the public. We all need to work together to make sure AI is used ethically and responsibly.
That's a great point. Okay, before we get too lost in the future, let's bring it back to the present. We've talked about all the incredible things generative AI can do and the exciting trends that are shaping its future, but how does Snowflake fit into all of this? Stay tuned as we uncover how this platform is paving the way for a future driven by intelligent innovation. We're back for the final part of our deep dive. Generative AI is revolutionizing everything, and now we're going to focus on Snowflake and how it's enabling this whole AI revolution.
It's more than just providing the tools. Snowflake is really evolving, becoming the foundation for this new AI era.
So it's like they're building the perfect environment for AI to grow. What makes them so good at this?
Well, remember how we talked about their architecture, separating compute and storage? That's crucial for AI. These AI models are getting more complex, they need more data, and Snowflake can just scale up effortlessly to handle it.
It's like that studio we talked about that can expand to fit any project, no matter how big.
Exactly. Flexibility is key. And Snowflake is all about performance, making sure these AI apps run smoothly, even with tons of data. Speed is so important for AI, especially for real-time insights.
Like a high-speed train for data, delivering those AI insights faster than ever. What else makes Snowflake so perfect for AI?
They're really embracing some cool new concepts like the data lakehouse. Have you heard of that?
I have, but it sounds a bit complicated.
No, it's actually pretty simple. Think of a data warehouse, like a really organized space for your data. Then you have a data lake, which is more like a giant pool where you can just dump all kinds of data, structured, unstructured, everything.
So the warehouse is all about order, and the lake is more free-flowing, like a source of raw information.
Right. And a data lakehouse, well, it combines the best of both worlds. You get a single view of all your data so you can access it, manage it, and analyze it all in one place.
Like having all the ingredients for a gourmet AI meal, all prepped and ready to go.
Exactly. In Snowflake's data lakehouse, it's the best out there. You can easily bring in data from anywhere, manage it, and then set your AI models loose on it to find those valuable insights.
Snowflake isn't just giving you the platform, they're giving you the whole culinary experience. That's impressive. But what about the human side? How does Snowflake help people work together on AI projects?
That's really important too. Snowflake has these great data sharing features, so teams can collaborate on AI projects from anywhere in the world. They can access the same data, share their findings, and work together seamlessly.
So it's not just about the tech, it's about creating a space where people can collaborate and innovate.
Exactly. That's what makes Snowflake special. It's not just a platform, it's like a catalyst for AI progress.
Well said. So, as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one thing our listeners should take away? What's the key message about Snowflake and generative AI?
Snowflake isn't just keeping pace with the AI revolution, they're actively shaping it. They're building the foundation for an AI-powered future.
It's amazing to see how Snowflake is playing such a key role in all of this. They're truly a partner in AI innovation.
Absolutely. As AI keeps evolving, Snowflake is right there on the leading edge, empowering organizations to use AI responsibly and ethically, to make the world a better place.
It's an incredibly exciting time to be following all of this. Thanks so much for taking us on this journey. It's been amazing.
It's been my pleasure, and remember, this is just the beginning. The future of AI is wide open, and it's going to be incredible.
What a great thought to leave us with. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, everyone. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep on diving deep.